This is a video tutorial series on how to use the Twilight Struggle Deluxe Edition Player's Aid, heretofore referred to as the Aid. After viewing this tutorial series, you will know how to play a complete game of Twilight Struggle by email, otherwise known as Play by Email or PBEM, which is spelt out P-B-E-M. The Aid is a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet using Visual Basic for applications that tracks and performs all aspects of gameplay, including card management, for example, dealing cards, players' card hands, performing card actions, etc., and dice rolling. The aid can also be used in conjunction with an external card tracking system, for example, the automated card tracking system known as ACTS, for PBEM Play. See the link in the description. The aid is designed to run under Microsoft Windows and requires Microsoft Excel 2003 or greater for full functionality. In addition, the spreadsheet implements an optional Fair Play capability that sends an email for critical game functions, for example dice rolling, if the players have an email account configured in Microsoft Outlook. Lastly, the aid utilizes a tamper-proof encrypted game log that tracks all actions performed by the players. So you might be asking yourself, what is Twilight Struggle? Well, Twilight Struggle is a two-player board game produced by GMT Games, see the link in the description, that simulates a 45-year period of the Cold War from the perspective of the United States and Soviet Union, following World War II. It is a card-based game that introduces the player to the historical events that occurred during this period of world history. The cards can be played as either events, which are predefined actions that can affect a player's influence in particular regions, or operations, which permit a player some options regarding which regions to exert their influence. The game's tension lies in the fact that it may be necessary to trigger an event that benefits a player's opponent so as to use a card's operations. Since a player must play all his or her cards except one held card per turn, it becomes crucial for players to coordinate their card playing based on the shifting political landscape of the world arena. So, why would you want to use this aid? For new players to the game, Twilight Struggle has a bit of a learning curve, and it uses some game mechanics that can be difficult to understand initially. The aid is designed to perform most of the in-game calculations, as well as prevent the player from performing actions that aren't permitted due to event and other restrictions. It also produces a lot of useful information at a glance, which helps promote more strategic gameplay. Well, why would you want to play this by email? Twilight Struggle benefits experienced players who can perform timely card play and game functions based on the particular circumstances of each game. This experience can only be had by actually playing the game. The aid offers some flexibility for players who may not be able to regularly play a sit-down game of Twilight Struggle. Since the aid can be played by email, you'll be able to play opponents from all over the globe. Well, where can you find an opponent? The aid can be found at the BoardGameGeek website, otherwise known as BGG. See the link in the description. There are many avid board gamers on BGG who are more than willing to answer questions, provide strategic advice, and play board games. It is free to register with BGG, and you can then post a request to play on the Twilight Struggle forum. If you're interested in using the aid and would like some further assistance, I can be contacted by using the link in the description below. So how to use the aid? Well, first, a disclaimer. The following presentations will assume that you have played Twilight Struggle previously and are familiar with the game's rules. Having said that, the presentations can also serve as an introduction to Twilight Struggle and its gameplay mechanics. If you're interested in a more thorough explanation of the rules, please feel free to download the full rules from the GMT Games website. See the link in the description. Lastly, click the links called annotations in this introductory video to view each tutorial in the video series. Enjoy!